We are witnessing one of the biggest changes to our entire monetary system, and almost no one even realizes it. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. If we go over here to cbdctracker.org, we are witnessing the entire world moving towards a central bank digital currency. Now, one thing that a lot of people are a little bit confused about is what a CBDC actually is. What a central bank digital currency really is just a stablecoin issued out by the government. It's basically just a stablecoin in a sense. So as we do hear all these discussions around CBDCs or stablecoins, it mainly just means the same exact thing, except the stablecoin is issued out from a private company and a CBDC is issued out by a government. And if we actually look at this map, we could see around the entire world, we are on the cusp of a massive change to our financial system. And we need to be paying attention to the names being handpicked by specific central banks or just governments in general. And as we do really kind of look at this, right? I strongly encourage everyone to join the free Discord. There's going to be a link at the top of the description below. This is one of the most valuable and informative Discords out there, and it's completely free. There's a free side that has a ton of free crypto gems, free market strategies, guides, market trends, free charts, and there's also going to be new cheat sheets dropped in this Discord. And already, we have a ton of testimonials from members of the Discord that have been absolutely loving it. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link at the top of the description below and join the free Discord. The IMF told us back in November of last year, we have IMF chief urges more proactive push for central bank digital currencies. Now, during this time, we were hearing a lot about, bank collapses, banks were at, risk, and that is even greater today. But the public sector and the private sector needs to be working together. And we know that this is true from the IMF, from the BIS. This is where we start to see a major catalyst being created. And we actually have here, not to crowd out, not to disrupt Shiadet, but to act as a catalyst to ensure safety and efficiency and to counter fragmentation. And what she is talking about here, and this is Kristalina Georgieva, is we may be at a point where the public sector needs to offer a little more guidance. And that's exactly what's happening right now. We have the private and the public sector converging on this new financial system that is being created through these organizations like the BIS, even the IMF, for an example. Like, this is truly happening right now. And even over here, we have from the BIS, survey reveals central banks shift to digital currencies and stablecoins. Again, as we look at this, they're both basically the same exact thing. I already gave you guys a breakdown, but we are now seeing that digital transformation hitting pretty significant now. Every major discussion is centered around CBDCs, digitalization, even stablecoin initiatives. Now, as we think about this, like I said, they are handpicking the winners. Focus on the winners that are being picked. One of the big names in this space that I have been focused on is MTech, going all the way back to May of 2021 when we got handed the Project New Dawn PDF from MTech with Hedera. That solidified Hedera being one of the big winners behind CBDCs. Now, am I, promoting CBDCs? Am I bullish on CBDCs? No. But considering the overall map, considering what we are hearing from the BIS, the IMF, the World Bank, you name it, we are getting CBDCs. They're going to push them upon us, regardless of what our opinion is. But we are excited to announce that our brand new MTech website is now available. Now, they gave us a full breakdown of this. They fully rebranded themselves essentially, but it's the same exact company, obviously. And over here, we have the About Us. I'm going to get to the refresh, which is over here in a second, but I want to go over a few things behind MTech that a lot of people actually don't realize. So we have MTech software solutions power the creation, compliance, supervision, development, and management of banking infrastructure. That is the key word here, right? Because we can get caught up so easily in the idea of just like technology, like, oh, like this is making payments faster, this is doing this is doing that. But what we are now witnessing from some of these names like MTech working with Hedera or even Ripple is new financial infrastructure. Even if we actually look here, right? This is their suite. It includes Beyond Sandbox, Beyond Cash, Beyond Compliance, Beyond Supervision, e-wallets for digital currency transactions, and customizable APIs for development. What does this tell you? It tells you that they are creating the infrastructure for the new system. At least one of the big winners, right? Because again, I always say there's going to be multiple winners. There's going to be multiple players in this field. It's not just going to be one size fits all. But down here we have their mission, leveraging technology to make financial markets inclusive and resilient. Our values, leveraging technology to enable inclusive access to a modern financial ecosystem across the globe. We have 4 central banks confirmed through MTech, 500 plus signups, 4 plus awards, 20 plus team members. And the background behind some of the team members, for an example, Kamel, guys, very substantial leadership, substantial resume as well. It just goes to show you how solid MTech really is. And we also have backed by leading investors. We also have company milestones. So this is what we really kind of focused on back in 2021 as well, is, you know, just how quick the path forward was blazed with MTech. 2019, they were founded. 2020, they testified in front of Congress on a US CBDC. 2021, Bank of Ghana announces its selection of MTech Digital Regulatory Sandbox. 2022, introduced Green CBDC Framework. And then 2023 introduced the Web3 CBDC Innovation and Hackathon Kits. Now, you know, building on top of that, here are their customers. Bank of Ghana, Central Bank of Nigeria, Central Bank of Liberia, Bank of Sierra Leone, Central Bank of the Republic of Guinea, Central Bank of the Gambia, Central Bank of the Bahamas as well. And here are the partners that they work with: IBM, Hedera Hashgraph, the Digital Dollar Project, and Microsoft. Then over here, we also have the 2 clients that they serve. You can see central banks and also financial service providers. So this is Access Modern Central Banking Infrastructure. We help you engage central banks and other financial regulators seamlessly to accelerate go-to-market. And if we actually look down here, this is through the Beyond Sandbox. You have the Beyond Cash. This is Beyond Compliance as well, which, by the way, this is a new product, which we will talk about here in a second. And then over here, we also have the central banks, and this is evolving central banking for the fintech era. And this is central banks can leverage our expertise in cutting edge technology to modernize their processes and infrastructure to achieve their goals. Again, Beyond Sandbox, we have the Beyond Cash, and then Beyond Supervision, followed with some case studies from the Bank of Ghana, for an example. I think that this is the only one right now, but there is a few other ones that I feel like they didn't update their website with, possibly, but I'm not too sure. Over here, we have the full-on announcement, though. We have welcome to the new MTech modernizing central banking for the fintech and Web3 era. Now, there's a lot of stuff in here that I could just really kind of skip because it's not too important. I really just want to go to their new suite of products, which is the MTech Beyond Suite, which we are excited to introduce the MTech Beyond Suite, a comprehensive set of products designed to address the diverse needs of the financial sector. And this includes Beyond Compliance, a cutting-edge regulatory compliance management solution that simplifies and transforms how Web2 and Web3 financial service providers manage compliance. We believe good compliance is good for business. The product offers features like requirements management, reporting templates, custom framework configuration, API-based reporting, fillings preparation, an up-to-date compliance dashboard across different jurisdictions, and much more. And this is what it really kind of looks like. So everything is being tapped in here. This is infrastructure. This is what it literally looks like when you are building out a foundation for the new system. And building on top of this, remember back in 2021, October of 2021, MTech and Hedera Hashgraph joined forces for highly performant, trusted, and energy efficient central bank blockchain infrastructure. This is all around creating significant pieces for this new system. This is why I focus on Ripple. I focus on Quants. I focus on the names that are really kind of working with names like MTech, for an example, or just major central banks, or, you know, even institutions, because they are the ones essentially being handpicked to create these types of platforms. And even over here, we have the full breakdown of this. MTech, a software company focused on modernizing central banking infrastructure using blockchain, has partnered with Hedera Hashgraph to develop a high-performance, secure, and energy-efficient central bank digital currency infrastructure. MTech's Ethereum-based CBDC core solution will integrate with Hedera's public ledger to offer a more secure and efficient alternative to traditional blockchain mechanisms. This collaboration aims to support financial inclusion, resilience, and innovation, particularly in emerging markets like Africa and the Caribbean. Key aspects of the partnership include research and development for low-cost, energy-efficient, and inclusive solutions, as well as ecosystem engagement and capacity building around CBDCs, stablecoins, and digital assets. MTech will utilize Hedera's consensus service for its flexibility, scalability, and sustainability, and leverage its modern regulatory sandbox for safe testing of distributed ledger-based financial services. The partnership highlights both companies' commitment to delivering scalable, secure, and resilient CBDC solutions. MTech's platform will also offer Hedera's token service and consensus service to innovators. MTech has been recognized for its modern central bank sandbox platform, which facilitates collaboration between central banks and private sector innovators. And again, this is that public and private sector collaboration that is so crucial. Now, building on top of this, MTech and Hedera technically were both broken down in Decoding CBDC, a practical guide to a CBDC design and implementation. And over here we have Ripple, Stellar, Corda, Hyperledger Fabric, Hedera Hashgraph. Again, this is with MTech. This is where I really kind of focus on the names here, right? Like these names that are on this list, these are the crucial ones that actually have some type of notable, not only partnerships, but connections with significant central banks or major players around CBDCs and even pilots as well. But also, what this is not mentioning, because this is a little bit outdated, is the new announcement with the Swedish central bank testing Hedera and Algorand networks. This is from Hbar, Danny the H Barbarian, and we have breaking: Swedish central bank test Hedera and Algorand networks, a clear sign the Swedish central banks knows who the real players are in the crypto race. And I got tagged in this. And if we scroll down, we can just kind of see it getting broken down here. Let me zoom in real quick. So I feel as though some of the terminology here that they're utilizing is a little bit outdated, or it's just really kind of not up to date, because they do mention like decentralization. They do mention Hedera not technically being fully decentralized, which I do find very interesting. But regardless of that, it still shows you that, Algorand and even Hedera technically are, two key leaders here. And they do mention Hedera, the private permissioned network, which I find very odd. I mean, it's really not, a private permission network. It's an open, decentralized network. But regardless of that, it is more confirmation of how big Hedera is becoming when it comes to central bank engagements. Even going back in time a little bit to the Australian CBDC pilot for digital finance innovation, if we scroll down to the participants within this, I know it's a little bit of a lengthy scroll, we could see some of the participants at the bottom. Here we have it, right? So, for an example, you have Hedera mentioned down here under the industry participants. Now, there is a ton of names on here. It's a very significant list, but one thing that I want to mention here is a lot of the names that are actually under the industry participants. A lot of these are connected back to Hedera. And I've talked about this in previous videos as well with like ANZ Bank. A lot of the Australian market, Hedera has already captured. They have been focused on the Australian market for a very long time. Now, building on top of this, over here, we have the Hbar Foundation joins the DEA, the Digital Euro Association. Remember that this is a think tank organization, but it is specializing in CBDC initiatives. Again, the names tied back to the Digital Euro Association are very substantial. So having the Hbar Foundation on this list is very significant in my opinion. And again, it's the confidence that Hedera has when it is, tied to these associations or tied to some of these pilot projects, because all of this is telling us, like, listen, Hedera is at the high table and they deserve a seat there because of the efficient technology that they have to offer here. And it goes all the way back to 2021 and beyond, right? Even in 2020, we start to see a lot of things happening around Hedera with finance. And even if you want to read more about, CBDC initiatives, you can look at this on their website. They have a whole bunch of things regarding that, but also don't forget the fact that they have the stablecoin studio as well, which is a direct tie-in with CBDC initiatives, just as we do see over here from the BIS. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome following me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.